Live your best life. Welcome to the Power Podcast. Our mission is to share all things health, fitness, and wellness. I'm your host, Renee, and I want to empower you to become the best version of yourself. Hello, and welcome back to the PWR Podcast. Today on the podcast, I have a very special guest, someone who is a small business owner who makes the most amazing cakes and donuts and cupcakes. But not only this, she lives and maintains a very healthy, all-round balanced lifestyle. And I'm so excited to have her on the podcast because I want to bring her on and talk to her, and maybe she has some questions that you've been asking yourself about how she lives a well-balanced lifestyle as well as baking delicious cakes for a living. So today on the podcast, I'm really happy and super excited to announce Jess Owen, or as some of you may know her as Just Jess Cakes. So welcome to the show, Jess. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks for coming all the way out to my little office and coming and doing this podcast recording with me. So before we get into the health and fitness side of things, let's just talk about you and what you do and who you are.
So I'm Jess. I own a business called Just Jess Cake Co. I am a baker by day and night and all of the wee hours. And in the last kind of couple of years of running my business, I've found a really good balance now that I have really learnt how to take care of myself at the same time as working really hard, which has just changed my life completely. I didn't look after myself well for probably the first 6 months of running my own business, thinking I was too busy to do that, but I have changed that, and I've never been happier or healthier than I am now.
Oh, I love that. That's so awesome. So let's go back into the first 6 months of business. What was it that you were doing that you thought you couldn't make the time to do, or what was it that stopped you from wanting to look after yourself first?
I just thought that I was too busy. It was kind of like if I ever had downtime, there was always business things that I needed to be doing. It's emails to catch up on and messages and things to do, and I wasn't feeling my body very well, and it was just a kind of a cycle. I got into this cycle of like I would have an energy drink in the morning because I was so tired from working so late, and then that would kind of push me through the day, and I'd end up working late again, and then you go to bed and it's just a cycle, and you need to wake up and do the same thing, and energy drinks were just like so bad, and I just had this bit of, not an addiction, but it was just like this cycle that I needed that to get through my day, and then the truth is I don't, and I thought that I was too busy for the gym. I was training a little bit, but not very often, so it wasn't really helping.
Consistent
enough. No,
yeah.
and it wasn't something I did for myself. It was kind of like I needed to do it to punish myself because I'd been eating and drinking bad things. So my mental state around it was completely the wrong way around. So I wasn't really working out much, and I was working a lot and just not fueling my body with the right things. But my excuse was I was too busy.
Yeah.
Which we're always going to be busy, especially when you own your own business. You're always busy.
Absolutely.
So I kind of had to do a bit of work on myself to kind of check myself and be like, actually, Jess, you're not too busy. You're just looking at it the wrong way, and you need to plan your day around exercise and food rather than the other way around.
100%. Make it more of a priority in your life.
Yeah, and it wasn't. And it probably wasn't until I just kept, after that first 6 months, I just kept getting sick. I had tonsillitis a lot. I'd get a cold all the time. And I was just tired all the time.
And instead of sleeping, you're refueling yourself with just caffeine,
yes,
and
sugar, and and it wasn't good. And like now I look back and I can just see how toxic it was. But at the time I just thought that's what I had to do. And then we kind of started planning our wedding, which was such a good motivator because I wanted to obviously get in shape. Everybody wants to look their best on their wedding day.
Absolutely.
And I went dress shopping in February last year. And that was kind of my starting point because I was in that dress fitting room and they were measuring me up and I was just like, I'm actually not happy with this.
Yeah.
And I was never a really big girl. I was never really overweight, but I knew that wasn't the best body that I could have, and especially my mind was not the best that I could have.
Yeah.
And although dress shopping was super fun, I was just looking in that mirror like, no, I need to make some changes. You know, you could tell in my skin and just everything about me was just not healthy and glowy.
Yeah.
So then after that, I started kind of trying to get my eating back on track, and I joined D45 in April last year, 2019. And I've never really been a person that's enjoyed exercise ever. Never.
It's more of a chore than something that you enjoy doing.
Yes.
Because you know it's good for you.
Yes, and I would have to like just force myself to get to the gym, and then when I was there, I'd kind of piss around a bit because I didn't, you know, really know what I was doing, and it got hard, so I just stopped. Which is like, changes don't happen when you do that. But E45 was really good for me because I never really knew, but obviously group training was something that I really love. Something
that for you, that works for you, and you fit into your lifestyle. And that's most important, is finding something that works for you. That's
and it's
number
quick.
one.
And I made a lot of friends there, so that was also fun. Like, it became like a nice little social thing, as well as obviously doing me a lot of good. And then that cycle kind of started. So it's like, once you start exercising regularly, you feel better. You don't feel like eating crap. You don't want energy drinks, because you just start to get better and get more energy. And I never believed people when they said that. Like, how can people just say that they've got a lot of energy? That's just total bullshit. But now I'm like such a preacher. I'm like, no, it's true, I promise.
Absolutely. Like, when you're feeling tired or something, the best thing you can do is just go out for a walk, get fresh air, move your body, and you feel so much better. And exercise is just, you don't want to just do it for the looks either, more just the feeling good.
Yeah.
That is number one. Even if you don't have a weight loss goal in mind, just moving your body to feel healthy and energized is amazing. And people don't realise it until they just start getting into a routine.
Everyone has to kind of go through that and have their journey, because I definitely did. And like, I trained with one of my good friends who's a PT, and she would, now when I think back, all the stuff that she told me, I'm like, she was so right.
Yeah.
She knew, and I just couldn't, I obviously just, not that I didn't believe her, but I just didn't understand it until now. And now that I have this body that I've always wanted, I'm like, I can never go back, simply just because I can't feel as good as I do.
Absolutely.
Now.
What was it that changed in your mental state, do you think? How long did that take for you to overcome? Because that can sometimes be a real block for some people. They just can't start. They want to, but they can't, because their mindset is just like, I just can't do this. How did you overcome that?
It took me a while, and I've probably bounced back and forth for years and years in my kind of young adult life. And I never really broke through that point where I understood it.
Yeah.
And I started kind of seeing results, you know, maybe 4 or 5 months after F45, and obviously my wedding was coming up in September, so then kind of 3 months out I really started to get strict with my eating, and I think I went quite far into that with like counting everything, all the calories, not eating a carb.
Oh dear.
It was kind of unhealthy, but then I realised I just kind of worked backwards from that to get my balance, and I realised that I feel like shit when I don't eat carbs. Like, I need them. Yeah. And I love them.
They're the body's preferred source of energy. I don't know why you want to give up carbs.
I know, never again. Like, I love pasta.
But you've got, like you said, you've got to learn. In your journey, you've got to learn before you know. Sometimes you've got to take a few steps back before you move forward. So I totally get that. You've got to learn.
And I did a lot of reading online just about different ways to feel your body, and Jay was doing a lot of, like, he was obviously shredding for the wedding too.
I love it. Shredding for the wedding.
He actually taught me a lot because he's such a researcher. Like, anything he starts, he researches so much. And he just taught me a lot about what your body uses for fuel, and you know, everyone kind of could have a different version of what works for them. But I think I got to a point, like on my wedding, I was really happy, you know, with my body and how I felt. I actually was really sick for my wedding, like so sick because I was so stressed, which then that was a big switch in my brain. I was like, okay, stress.
Stress
is what is gonna kill me. Not kill me, but like it's
wear you down.
It's gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
So then I'd never really associated that before with health. Like I know that stressing is bad for you, but I'd never really seen it that much. But now when I look back, I'm like, I thought that I was the chillest bride, and I clearly wasn't. Like,
the wedding changed you, right?
Yeah, it did. So then after that, that's kind of when I clicked. I was like, okay, now that that's over, there's no like aesthetic goal in mind, but I feel amazing doing this. So I just want to carry it on and learn to control my stress, which I think I'm doing better now.
I love that you've, carried on your journey, because a lot of people will get into a program, they'll shred for the wedding, or they'll go, I just need to lose 10 kilos for my holiday, and then they stop and they don't continue that habit. But what we want to try and encourage is people to start something but continue that habit. So for you, creating fitness as part of your lifestyle, what was one of the most important things that you did to implement that?
Instead of exercising when I had time, I planned my day around exercise as like number one priority. I kind of have played around with a few routines. I'm not a great morning person. Like I love a sleep in. Don't love getting up early. But for me, then if I don't do it in the morning, I get to the end of the day and I'm like, I can't be bothered now. I'm too tired. So I just have to get up and do that first. That's the first thing I need to do. And then it's done for the day, and I obviously feel like so much better in the day. I'm so much more productive. I just get way more done, and it's just a better way to start the day than just kind of getting up and working straight away.
Exactly.
So like if I get up, and I work at home, so I'm always in my workspace like you. So if I get up and leave the house to go and do my exercise, I feel like I've done that for me.
Totally, it's so important. Yeah.
And my friend, actually, when I was training with her, one thing she said to me that's always stuck with me is you can take 1 hour in your day for you. And you might spend that hour exercising. Some days you might spend it watching Netflix or having a bath. But there should be 1 hour in every single day that you take for yourself.
And that's nothing. It's like 4% of your day. It's nothing at all. If you can just take that 1 hour for yourself, imagine how much you're going to get done and how much more productive you're going to be, because you've allowed that hour just for you. You know?
And it's a daily thing. It's not like you get to the end of a big week and then you spend time for yourself to celebrate it. It's like you should do that every day. Yep. And then you just feel better all the time.
Absolutely. I love that. So what is something that you... let's talk about nutrition. So when you got yourself back into you said you were quite restrictive, and then you started, introducing carbs and things like that again. What does a day on your plate kind of look like? And what was it that made you realize, after the wedding, okay, I need to just start feeling my body a bit better. I don't want to feel, like I'm missing out.
Yeah, totally. And when I was restricting myself, I did feel like I was missing out. Like, I'm such a foodie. I love food.
Yeah.
I love cooking food.
I love food.
And going out for food.
I mean, you're a baker, right? How could you not love food?
Exactly. So it was hard, and I found that I just didn't enjoy food so much, which is such a big love of mine.
Yeah.
So I kind of went that way and was really restricted, and then I realised that even though I was eating really well, there was things that I really missed that when I reintroduced them just made me happier.
Yeah, and when you're happy with it, you're more likely to do well with it when things in your diet, because if you're allowing yourself to have a piece of pizza or you're allowing yourself to have some chocolate after dinner, you're not going to go to town on it and end up having a binge, because you're allowing that food in your life.
Yeah, and I'm a believer in a little bit when you want it is fine. I'm not a cheat day or a cheat meal kind of person, because then you just binge and you feel like crap afterwards.
And then you want to give up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so we did the wedding and we went on the honeymoon, and obviously honeymoon I ate and drank and did everything that I could do because I could.
Honeymoon.
But in turn it just kind of felt like crap again because I wasn't exercising as much and just eating a lot of rich restaurant foods and a lot of desserts and stuff like that. So I kind of really realised that I needed to find somewhere in between that I could still really love food and enjoy it and go out and eat and drink, but I can't do it like
all the
time.
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, I'm a lot more balanced now. Kind of my day is, I don't do it on purpose, but you could say that I fast in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's not because I am fasting. It's just I'm not hungry in the morning.
No.
I usually work out fasted, and then I have a coffee, and then I'll have something around lunchtime.
And that works for you, and that's what's really, really important, is that people find something that works for them.
Yes.
They're not trying to fast just because someone's doing it and it works for them. It might not. That person might be a breakfast lover.
Totally.
You know, like for example, myself, I love breakfast. I wake up and I'm like, oats, where are you? Like, give me my oats, give me my peanut butter. Yeah. But then I won't eat as much in the evening because I'm just a real morning person when it comes to food. But someone like yourself, just because you skip breakfast doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah, and if I'm hungry, I'll totally eat breakfast.
Yeah, absolutely. Listening to your body and listening to those signs, you know.
And I find if I've trained weights, I'm hungrier a lot earlier, so I'll eat earlier.
Definitely. Your body's using a little bit more stored energy and needs more when you train weights, especially.
Yeah, and I'll never sit there hungry and be like, no, Jess, you can't eat until 12 o'clock.
No. Yeah,
just wait.
good.
I'm like, no, I need to eat now. Yeah. My body's telling me I need to eat.
So you've created a real healthy relationship with food, which is so important. You've created balance. You've created, you've got no food guilt there. You allow yourself to eat when you're hungry, and I think that is so important. And I think that's, a really important thing that people can take away from learning from you and your journey is creating that healthy all-round balance. But knowing that you can have the treats, but just not all at once.
Yeah, and just don't eat like a whole block of chocolate.
Yeah,
have like a row.
Have a row, yeah. You're still having it. It's not like it's going away.
Yeah.
It's still there.
And you find that you enjoy it so much more.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
way. Like if you binge a whole block, you're going to get the food guilt.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you have a row, it's like, that is really nice.
Yeah,
and
you enjoyed it.
Fine.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you've created such a healthy relationship with food, which a lot of people struggle with and can be there.
I had mad food guilt for years, and I would work out to punish myself for that food, whereas now I work out because I love it and my body loves it and my soul loves it.
Yeah. No one ever regrets a workout, right?
No, and my soul also loves pizza, and that's fine.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with eating pizza. It's not 2 pieces, 3 pieces of pizza. It's not going to make you put on 5 kilos the next day.
Exactly.
It's creating that healthy relationship around eating that pizza and enjoying every single bite, Maybe not eating the whole entire box, but if you did, it's still not an issue. But knowing that every single piece is like gold, because you've worked hard for it. You don't eat it all the time. You allow yourself that. Yeah. I don't like to call food treats. I believe food is food. Yeah. Food is fuel, and food is what you want it to be.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to create a healthy relationship as well. Yeah.
And I always feel so proud of myself if I go a whole day and I've been really good.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of myself, and I'm like, okay, that was really good.
Yeah.
And if I feel like a treat, I might have one, and if I don't, then I won't.
Then you won't, exactly.
And it's fine.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's good that you feel proud of yourself. You should. You should. that helps you. It helps you grow, and it helps you on your journey. And we're forever on a journey, right? There's always something we're working towards. Yeah. And what would you say your goals are at the moment in terms of health and fitness?
There's no specific goals in terms of how I look or anything. I'm happy with that, and I love getting fitter and stronger. I was looking back at one of my highlights on Instagram the other day and seeing what weights I used to lift, which are just a lot lighter than I lift now. And
that's so
that's
awesome.
Really cool that I've just gotten stronger, and I love feeling strong. That's really
it's so empowering, right?
When
you can lift.
Yes.
I love it. When you're in the gym deadlifting, and you're probably at the start of your journey you would have been like, holy shit, this is intimidating, and now you're just put some more plates on.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Hip thrusters the other day, and one of the trainers came and sat on the plate, and I just hip thrusted her, and I was like, hey, this
nice.
is pretty cool.
Absolutely, it's so empowering.
My goal would just be to just continue
forever
and just really enjoy life and food and stuff, and I'm just without any guilt or just really maintaining a balance.
So important.
And
So
feeling
important.
good is like the most amazing thing. Like I just never knew I could feel like this.
Exactly.
Until
And
now.
do you notice a difference with the way you work and your business with how you're feeling now? Like back when you first started, you were just running yourself into the ground and you were living off energy drinks. Have you noticed a shift in the way you run things and the way your business flows?
Yeah, I'm just a lot more productive and I enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
And I've found like my organisation and my planning has taken a real step up just because it had to.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to fit in my exercise and, you know, be able to make healthy meals, I needed to plan around that. So I had to, I plan literally like half hours of my day is basically always planned out.
Awesome.
And I live and die by my calendar.
Absolutely. We're creatures of habit, right?
Yeah.
So if you create those habits, those organisational habits, it just all happens. It falls into place.
Yeah, and I love a list, and so you know, and I put on my list F45 at this time, and then I put it all on the list, and if it's on there, I want to cross it off, so I want to do it. Yeah. So I've just become a lot more organised, and I haven't always been this way. Yeah.
It takes some time to get there, right?
Yeah.
What were some tips you'd give the listeners in regards to that? How have you created these good habits and continued to do them?
The list thing is a big one. I mean, I've always loved a list, but it's just such a satisfaction thing crossing that off. And if you get to the end of the day and literally cross everything off, it's like, hell yeah, that was amazing.
Absolutely.
I'm a queen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also I started sharing those lists on my Instagram story and other people loved it and said, hey, you crossing this off makes me want to do it. I've started a list. I'm sharing my list. Yeah. And if you put it up and share it with other people, you feel like you need to do it.
You hold yourself more accountable, right?
Yeah, and you get to the end of the day, if you haven't done something, you're like, oh my God, I have to do that. Instagram's going to say, you didn't do this, which is totally not true.
But I love that. It's just your way of holding you accountable, right?
Yeah, it's just a good motivator. Yeah. And also it was really cool seeing other people start to do it and say that they're trying to get more organised and, you know, you're
inspiring others.
You might think sharing something like that is super trivial and it's like no one cares, but they do. And, even if they don't always tell you, if people can pick up a little tip and take into their life that makes it better, it's like so worth it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one thing, that's why I'm doing this podcast as well, is because it might be one thing that you've said today that changes someone's life forever. Totally. You know what I mean? I think it's so important as women, we need to just continue to inspire and uplift one another. And that's exactly what you're doing, whether you know it or not, with your social media presence, with owning your own small business, with just being active and healthy, and you never know who you've helped. You know what I mean? So I think it's awesome that you do share, you know, your healthy lifestyle and your business. And let's actually talk about that. So, you know, you make donuts and cakes for a living.
Yes, I do.
How hard is it not to eat the treats, you know, all day, every day?
It can be pretty hard, especially around that time of the month. I'm like, I will eat all of these donuts.
I'll make an extra 5 for myself.
And I obviously, when I sell them, I have to taste everything to make sure I didn't put salt in instead of sugar. Even though I've never done that, touch wood. So I have to, but it doesn't mean I have to eat 5 donuts.
No, just a
I
little.
can make a small one or cut one in half and eat it. And I'm very aware that what I make is very high calorie. Yeah. And that's fine because they're for celebrations and that's what life is all about. But,
absolutely.
I just make sure that I don't go full ham.
Yeah. So and have like a massive slice of cake. You just kind of have a little bit. Hey, that's good. I've had my taste and I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've also had to start restricting my friends because I would not want to eat it. So I give it to everyone. Yeah. I'm like, wait, I'm not doing good for all my friends now.
You guys have all the cake.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I eat relatively well most of the time. So if I have a donut once a week or twice a week, then it's not going to hurt.
No, definitely not. Cool. Everyone can account for a donut. If they really love donuts, you can account for it into your diet. It's just about having that balance and having somewhat idea of what your calorie intake is, but not being so stressed out about hitting those numbers. It's just being a bit, you know, intuitive with it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like I'm kind of roughly aware of my calories in a day. I'm usually got a few extra, especially if I've done a really hard workout. Yeah. So I just make sure not to obviously have a box of 6 donuts, because
Yeah.
I know that's going to tip me over quite a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm aware of it, but I don't count everything anymore. I'm not.
I mean, who wants to spend their whole day in life counting every single macro and calorie?
It's exhausting.
It is.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, when you make as many as I do, the novelty wears off.
Yeah.
You know, after a while.
Yeah.
But if someone else bakes something, I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, give me a piece of
But
it.
when I bake it, I'm like, boring.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you're making, I mean, how many donuts would you see yourself making in a busy week?
Oh my god, hundreds.
Yeah.
Like, if I do a couple of donut days a week, it would be like 600-700.
Wow. Holy. That is insane. Yeah.
It is what it is, and people love them,
Yeah.
which is cool.
And that must make you happy, knowing that you're making other people happy through your baking and
Yes,
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I like to end the podcast with a few random questions.
Sure.
So these are just really, really random. What would you say your most hated exercise is out of all of them?
Oh my gosh. Lots of things. Mountain climbers, and double foot mountain climbers, and anything to do with running. I don't run.
Perfect.
I hate running.
Running's a real common hate for a lot of people.
Oh, I just can't. Like, I'm fit, but I just don't enjoy it.
I mean, it's like we said before, it's about doing what you enjoy, right? So if you don't have to run, you don't have to run.
I would say running, mountain climbers, shoot throughs.
Yeah. That's a unique 45 exercise, those shoot throughs, aren't they? Yeah.
They're really hard.
I've heard a lot of F45ers say that. I mean, they have some really fun, unique exercises. I've done a few of the classes myself, and I'm like, oh, this is new.
Yeah.
I've been in the industry 7 years, and I've never seen some of them.
Wow.
But they're fun. But I can understand why they'd be.
I wouldn't say fun.
yeah, there you go. And so, what would your most favorite exercise be?
Favorite is deadlifts.
Yeah.
Love.
Oh, I can totally
they just make
agree with
me
you on
feel
that one.
so strong, and I'm like, work that booty.
Yeah, absolutely. They're empowering, right?
Yeah,
all those big compound lifts are so empowering.
Yes, and if I do them with really heavy plates, I just am like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so strong.
Yeah.
I'm such a queen.
Absolutely. I love your attitude. It's so important to have a positive attitude about yourself, especially when you're training, because if you go into that gym going, I can do this, I'm amazing, you'll be amazed at what can happen.
Yeah.
You'll be lifting heavier weights than you ever thought.
Totally.
It's always about believing in yourself.
A lot of the time, with friends that start, and they, they'll pick up a 4 kilo, and I'm like, you can do better, you can do heavier than that, and then they do it, and they're amazed that they can do it.
Absolutely.
And just seeing that, and they're so proud of themselves.
I love that.
And it just makes me so happy.
Yeah, I reckon, and I think it's because a lot of women are quite intimidated when they walk into a weights area, and they think, oh, I've got to lift the lighter weights, or if I lift a heavy weight, I'm going to get bulky biceps, but we don't have the testosterone in our body, first of all, to get big bulky biceps unless we're training for a bodybuilding competition, but then you're training hours and hours a day, and you've probably been doing it for years to get those biceps, but a few heavy weights is going to make you feel empowered, it's going to make you feel strong, and you're going to look lean and healthy. You're definitely, as a female, not going to become a bulky bodybuilder.
And I've noticed my tone and just the way that my arms specifically, I've always had small arms, but they've been small, thin arms, and now they have some shape, and that's from lifting heavy, but they're not big and bulky, and I love them. But lifting heavier, definitely, there's a bit of a stigma around that it's going to make you big and bulky, but it doesn't. It just tones you and makes you healthily, lean, and just
to be able to do
it
things.
Feels amazing.
Yeah, it does. But just to be able to do things in everyday life, like lifting boxes,
or I lift 20 kilo bags of flour.
Yeah,
easy.
there you go. You just got to deadlift them at home.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, another random question. What would you say your most favourite healthy food item is?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I know, everyone says that. That's a hard one. There's so much.
Oh, I just love a bowl of veggies.
Yeah.
A bowl of broccoli and beans and carrot with a bit of butter.
Yum.
It's got
Hell yeah, it's got to have butter.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a little bit of comfort food at the same time.
Yeah, the good with the good, I guess.
Yeah. And in terms of like a healthy takeaway, I love like a burrito.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yum.
Like lots of salad and stuff.
Yeah. Getting
Delicious.
that variety of veggies,
Yeah.
getting your at least 9+ a day, right?
Yeah.
In a burrito, you've got
Yeah,
all sorts in there.
totally.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what about your least favourite healthy food?
So I don't like leafy things.
Oh, okay.
I can do like slaw.
Yeah.
And I can do spinach cooked into something. Cannot do lettuce.
Oh,
Like it's a
interesting.
texture thing.
Yeah.
And I just love to be able to eat like a full salad.
Yeah.
But I just
It's not
can't.
you.
No.
No, it's fine. I mean, you can get your veggies in and your vitamins and minerals and other foods like
and
that.
I
So
love veggies, just not lettuce.
yeah, fair enough. I don't think I've ever met someone who doesn't like lettuce.
I know,
but
it's super weird, but that's me.
yeah, exactly right. And you've got to do what is right for you. Yeah. All right, one more random question. What would your favourite cake flavour be?
Ooh, white chocolate raspberry.
Oh,
Yeah,
yum.
I think that's my favourite.
Yum.
Yeah. No, I love them all.
Yeah.
I also love like a good chocolate salted caramel.
Oh, salted caramel is like the best. Anything salted caramel, and I'm just like,
so
yum,
good,
give it to me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. I really appreciate your
It
time.
was so fun. I was so nervous.
Yeah,
It was
I
actually
know.
really good.
See, you did amazing. You've got to believe in yourself, right?
Yes,
Trust
thanks.
yourself.
You gave me a little pep talk at
The PT and me.
Yeah.
What's one thing you want to leave our listeners with in terms of just, if they're on a journey, what is one thing you'd just say to them to, if they're having a down day, they want to give up, what's one thing you'd say?
A couple of things. One would be if you are trying to change your body or lose weight, take photos.
Yep.
Because you might not notice the changes happening to yourself, and then you put it next to a photo of you 3 months ago,
Yep.
and the changes are there. It's just you get so used to it that you can't see. And then once you look at that, you're like, wow, actually I'm doing really well. And that's motivating to keep going.
I love that.
And so if I'm not feeling up to it, or if I'm feeling just a bit like demotivated and down, I'll kind of let myself feel like that for the day. And you don't need a Monday to start.
No.
You just start again tomorrow, or
Love
start again
that.
this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like whenever you feel like a little bit of motivation, just take advantage of it and go with it.
And roll with it.
It doesn't have to be a new week or a new day. It can just be like in a few hours.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so important, because a lot of people get the whole, I'll just start Monday. Oh, I'll start next week. But as soon as you want to start something,
do it
go for it.
straight away.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the motivation. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas
No.
or whatever.
just do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
And even if you fall off the bandwagon again in 3 hours, just try again.
Yeah, exactly, right? And if you've had one bad meal, well, you think it's a bad meal, just try again the next meal.
Just eat something better the next time.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Jess. It's been so awesome to have you here. And just quickly before you go, where can people find you on social media if they haven't already got you on social media?
You can find me personally at Jess Owen, 3 underscores between my names, because I got married and my name wasn't available.
God damn.
And at Just Jess Cake Co.
Awesome.
Business chats.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jess. Thanks for listening to the Power Podcast. I hope you can take something valuable away to implement in your own life. Be sure to tune in to our next episode soon. And if you need further help, check out ptwithrenee.com. You'll find loads more information on nutrition, fitness, and lifestyle tips. Live your best life, and we'll chat soon.